Hello. Well, it's certainly nice to be back. I apologize for my absence the last few weeks. I came down with the crud and lost my voice, and then I had a little altercation with a dog, and that kind of put my hand out of commission for a little while. So anyway, I'm back and happy to be here. We're going to do some simple shapes today, kind of in keeping with the fall season, because it's certainly starting to uh, feel like fall out there. It's downright chilly out there tonight, but we're going to use the shapes of candy corn. Okay, and candy corn, it's basically a triangle, okay, shape with some rounded corners. And I've kept the shapes really, really simple because I want to focus on making them look three-dimensional. So you need your mixed media paper in your sketchbook. You need water, a couple of different sizes of brushes, some watercolor. I'm going to use a ultrafine Sharpie just so that you can see my lines better. And then I've also used a pencil to sketch out my shapes. And then I've got some oil pastels on standby if I want to use them after our watercolors have dried. And I've got my little friend Minky here. I tried to get her to leave and she said, no, it's art class, so I'm staying. So let me sit down and we will get started on our candy corn. So you can arrange your candy corn on your sheet of paper any way that you want. I put mine at some different angles, and I'm only using 3 so that we have plenty of room. And I'm going to just kind of sketch this out. You can use your pencil first. So notice that it's just, I've got this one kind of going off the edge of the paper, but we've got some rounded corners. And if you're starting to starting to draw this, what you want to do is probably start with the bottom with a straight line and then work from there. And they don't have to be all the same sizes, because I don't know how long it's been since you've had candy corn. It's been a while for me, but I do remember it from my childhood, that's for sure. And there were all sorts of different sizes. And then if you'll remember, they also had 3 different colors: white, yellow, and orange. So if you need to pause the tape a little bit to get those all sketched out, and then like I said, if you want to go over them with, I just used an ultrafine and just kind of did a little sketchy hand rather than a solid line, just to kind of give them a different look. Okay, so now we're going to pull out our watercolors. And Minky, you're kind of in my way. And our water and some paper toweling here to dab your brush. And we're simply going to do some base coloring. And the yellow goes first down at the bottom of our corn, and then orange, and then white. So I'm gonna just paint our base color. And we're not going, in lessons past, I've had you paint with water first and then the color over it. But we want these to be pretty, what's called saturated in color. We want them to be pretty bold and bright to start off with. It's been a while since I've painted. This is fun. It's been a good long while, and since I've been sick, like many years actually, and I'm very thankful for good health. Getting sick sometimes reminds you of what a blessing it is to feel good. I'm happy to have my energy back and not be coughing and all that good stuff. All right, so we've got our yellow, and again we're just going to do the base coats first. I think I'll use this medium orange. Ah, cat disappeared. I'm thinking I might switch over and use this darker orange. Yeah, I like that better. There wasn't that much of a contrast between my orange and my yellow, so I like this better. Yeah. You can turn your paper around to make it easier for you to reach your spots. Move this edge up a little bit. I don't want it to get in my next page in my sketchbook. You don't really have to worry about that if you're using just a single page. All right, so now we're going to clean it, and of course we don't have to paint the white. What we'll do is we'll use a little bit of gray to do some shading on it. Okay. All right, so now what we're going to do, so we want to think about that if we want this to look round, we're going to have shading on around the edges, right? Because it's going to be going away from us. So it's going to be darker, and this will be where the light is hitting, so we will keep it lighter. So what I want to do is find kind of a, I guess I can use a black. And I don't want it to be real black. So what I'm going to do is, and you'll have yours like little circles, little wells, or you can grab a paper plate or whatever, and you can put your black on here and then get it to where it's more of a gray. Now if your watercolor set has a gray, this will be a lot easier. Yeah, that's good. So what we want to do is make it a gray. I'm going to shade Uh-oh, the cat's back. We're going to shade around it first. We're going to keep it pretty thin because if you recall, candy corn isn't real big. And then we're going to kind of we'll go with the next one. That's a little, you can blot it if it's too dark. That one was a little too dark, so I'm going to try again. There we go. There's that. Okay, you need to move. You're in Mama's way. Nope, stay back. She says, but it's been so long since we've painted together. I want you to know that this cat has been ignoring me the whole day until I get this stuff out. Okay, move over. Thank you. Now, what I want to do is bring Binky. Go. You're wearing me out there, kiddo. I want to mix a little bit of my yellow . So it's not just now remember that we want to, as it gets to the center, we want it to go more yellow. Okay, which I will fix that and we'll address that in just a little bit, but I'm going to do the Binky, you are certainly being a pistol tonight. All right, so now we're going to go back to the yellow, just a straight yellow. And we're going to put a little bit of white with that. So that you can sort of start blending the colors so it looks kind of like a natural rather than oh, we painted black here, and oh, we painted yellow here. They're all just kind of blending together. Okay, and then we'll move to, oh good, now I have a dog here. You all are an absolute mess tonight. All right, move over. Move over. Thank you. Okay. Stop. Now I'm going to add some, and if you get paint mixed into your colors, it's okay, because we can clean those up later, and I'll show you how to do that. I know it. I love you too. Move over. Now we're going to go back to the white part. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to paint using the black around the outside. Again, we're going to start out light and then make it darker. So so it's like it is laying on a table. So it's casting a bit of a shadow. Okay, so we've got that. So then what we're going to do is we're just going to take some water, no more black paint. And we are going to kind of feather that out. So that it gets lighter and lighter as we go away from the piece of corn. Because the light is hitting it more. Hello, dear. And then on the outside, that's where we're going to put the darkest black. Soften that up just a little bit. Hey guys, what are we doing? Why are we bothering Mama? Water there. Okay, and then basically you're going to do the same thing around the other two. And then when this is dry, I'm going to put a little bit of oil pastel for some highlights here. You don't have to do this step if you don't want to. This just gives it a little more color. We've got a little gold here that gives it a little more depth. And again, your paper needs to be fairly dry. Wow, it's a little bit of a menagerie around here. Guys, stop. Okay, so that's basically it. You can just go ahead and go around this. You can add some more gray around here if you want. You can just make it your own, but I hope you enjoyed this. And it was kind of nice to start off, since we've been away from at least I've been away from the paintbrushes for a couple of weeks. It's kind of nice to start off with something very nice and easy. And now I think I need to go get some candy corn. Anyway, enjoy. Thank you. I'll see you next week.